Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So this isn't the video that I expected to be sitting down and filming for today, but like sometimes the doll universe just delivers new things into your lap and you gotta run with it because we have gotten images of not one, but two brand new Bratz lines. So of course I have to talk about them and we are gonna be talking about them in the same video just because there is one line that I have like a lot less to say about. So I really don't think it's worth having its own dedicated video, but also because the lines are like sort of connected. You'll see what I mean in a second if you haven't already seen these dolls. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to talk about the two new Bratz lines coming up and give you all of my opinions on them. They are, of course, just my opinions, so y'all know the drill. If you disagree, it's not a big deal, but do just please be kind about it if you want to express that down in the comments down below. Since we do have two lines to get through, let's just go ahead and jump on in because I really don't have time to dilly-dally with a total of 8 dolls to discuss. So the first line that we're going to be talking about today is the Bratz Charmz line. This is like sort of similar to the Stylin' line where you got the doll and then got the t-shirt, but it is you get the doll and then you get a little charm bracelet. So the first one that we're looking at here, Chloe, you can see the box here with the Bratz Charmz logo and you can see how the bracelet is packaged in there. It is like a much more sleek box than the Stylin' dolls that had the whole t-shirt, but admittedly a shirt is just a little bit bigger than a charm bracelet, so I definitely get it. In general, the box is, it's a box. I don't know. I'm not like a big packaging person. I really only notice if it's incredible or really terrible. And to me, this is just a box, so perfectly acceptable. Now, while we're looking at these, just do keep in mind that the US price is $22.99, so still within that range of like a typical playline doll, but a little bit towards the cheaper end because we definitely are seeing playline dolls creep up closer to like $27 to $30 retail. So I'm certainly not going to call this a budget doll. I do just think anything over $20 I can't in good conscience call a budget doll, but they are on the lower end of the playline scale. So to dive on into Chloe, this is what the doll in totality looks like. And we're just right off the bat, my complaint for this entire line is that they just feel a little bit nothing to me. Like there's just not necessarily enough going on for me personally to be excited about it. That's not to say that they're ugly, but I'm just sort of like, they're not necessary to me. So looking at Chloe here, she's got her high ponytail going on. She does have some barrettes as well as some little metallic earrings on there. She has a white t-shirt, and then the dress is where we get to like my first proper critique because I actually do like the design of this dress. I think that it could be really pretty. And like when I saw the stock photo at first, before I like really looked at it, just that first glance, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I don't know if I'm like obsessed with the way that it's layered with the t-shirt. It's giving very like early Rainbow High, but that's, like 5 years ago. And I'm like, I feel like we maybe have moved past that, but maybe I'm just being extremely picky. I'm also not sure that I feel like it matches with like the base doll, but again, that could just be me being weird. No, the actual issue that I have with the dress is that it is definitely supposed to be like a sort of bustier style. It looks like the top is like folded over a little bit, but it feels like something that should fit tighter to the doll, and it really just isn't. Like if you zoom in to the chest area, you can see that it's like just completely loose around her chest. Like it's not fitting on the doll literally at all. If she didn't have this t-shirt on, she would be in trouble underneath there. And it just bothers me just because for me, I think, you can look at the doll and say, oh, this doesn't match with this doesn't match with that. Those are subjective things. Different people like different things together, but this doesn't look like it fits. And so to me, that becomes like closer to a quality issue where it just doesn't look like the dress was necessarily sewn like that well and like that perfectly to the Bratz body. I might just be more picky than other people. Like if you love it, that's totally fine. I'm not like going to be mad at you for liking it, but it just immediately bothers me so bad. And it sucks because otherwise I do think this is a cute little dress. And then she does have just these silver boots going on. I do think the boots are cute. There's like a little bit of painted detail on there with the black bow. But yeah, those are sort of my general thoughts. And as we move on to the other dolls, you will see that they all have this silver theming, which like I want to love because I am a silver person. Okay. I do prefer silver to gold. And especially when I'm shopping for jewelry, I feel like it's so hard to find silver jewelry. Like it just feels like gold is the default, at least in my area. Maybe I'm just like in the wrong place, but I want to like these so much because they're all silver. but they all give me very similar feelings to Chloe, where it's like, it's just not quite right, or it's just not quite enough. Before we move on to the other dolls, though, just to show you a closer up look at the charm bracelet that Chloe comes with. So you do get like the basic bracelet, which is just like a silver chain with the claw clasp. And then you have another claw clasp with the charm on it. I feel like claw clasp is like weirdly difficult for me to say. And the charm that you get with Chloe's is this little star, but like almost a handbag. Like the top point of the star is sort of rounded and has a little hollow in it. So it like sort of looks like it's meant to mimic a handbag. I'm not 100% sure if that's what they were going for, but that's what I'm getting from looking at it. And each of the dolls does just come with like the one first charm. But since they all have the clasp on them, you can move them around. You could like just eschew the charms entirely and put your own on there. You could put them all on one bracelet if you get all the dolls. Like there is definitely some mix and matchability there, which I do like. I'm glad that it's not just here's the bracelet, the charm is like you can't remove it unless you have jewelry tools to take it off. Like I like that it's a charm bracelet that is meant to be personalized. But with that, let's go ahead and take a look at actually, sorry, let's go ahead and look at Chloe's face a little bit closer up real quick. Yeah, it's not a bad face, definitely. Like I don't hate it. I just feel like it's sort of basic. I don't know. I definitely have a lot less to say about this first line. I'm going to have more to say about the second one. So now we can move on to Yasmin, who I do think out of the four, if I have to pick, is probably my favorite. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that I'm like 1,000% obsessed. I just like her a little bit more than the other ones from this lineup. So, sort of similar to Chloe, she has a basic hairstyle where it's just down with like a little bit pulled back to sort of frame her face. She's got the Bratz and the earrings, although they are different sculpted earrings and Bratz. So I do like that. Like they have, sort of the same situation going on, but it's not as though it's literally the exact same item for each one. She also has a necklace and then this again, like sort of a bustier style or like a faux corset style top, but it's like all this solid silver with the purple ribbon straps. I want to like the purple. I just think that it needs to be somewhere else. Like there's no purple anywhere else on the outfit, so it feels a little bit more jarring because like Chloe was just in the white and silver. And so it's like, all these neutrals and then all these neutrals, the one neutral. It's a neutral and then a silver. But with this, I'm like, oh, I want more purple. Yeah, she has a little bit of purple on her eyeshadow, but like I just want more purple if we're going to have that be an accent color. The pants are the thing that is getting me with Yasmin. I think these pants are so cool. Like just the full metallic silver pants with the cutouts on the side that have little like rhinestone, not, I can't tell. I don't think they're quite chains, but little like rhinestones going across the gap. That is really, really fun. Like I genuinely like that. And I'm like sad that I don't feel like completely in love with the rest of the doll because I want to own those pants and the shoes too. We can't see like the full shoe from this picture, but what we can see I like. It looks like either a heel or like some sort of boot. There's like some studs maybe on there. I really like the bottom half of this doll basically, but I just don't know that I like the top half enough to want to pay full price for her or even to pay for her in general. Like I just don't know. Because my thing is like looking at the base doll, again, she's not ugly. Like that's not what I'm trying to say. I don't think that she's a bad doll. I don't even think that the base doll is exciting enough for me to be like, oh, I want to redress her. Like she's sort of just there. You'll see another trend here. They all do have little like circles painted on the side of their eye makeup. I think that's supposed to mimic a rhinestone. I'm just guessing though, based off of the metallic on all the dolls and like the rhinestones present on Yasmin. That's just a guess. It's not what I would say is like the best executed. Like I feel like there just needed to be a little bit of glitter there or something to really make it feel like a rhinestone because it at first glance to me it sort of just looks like oop, there's a circle. So I don't really know. For Yasmin's charm, the bracelet is the exact same as Chloe's, but the charm that she gets is these little molded sunglasses, and they are green. So I do think that's fun that there's like little pops of color. It's sort of interesting to me that it doesn't match the pop of color on her outfit. Does that matter? Probably not. I'm just talking. Anyway, next up is going to be Jade, and I do want you to remember this outfit that you're seeing because not to spoil too much, but you're going to be getting a little bit of deja vu later on in this video. I really don't. I don't like this. I feel so bad. I just don't like it. Again, simplistic hairstyle. It's just down. We've got Bratz. We've got earrings. She has this like big, like sort of cardigan situation going on. It's not like knitted, it's metallic fabric, but just the way that it's shaped sort of reminds me of a cardigan that like closes up top with the bow. That silhouette never works for me personally. I can't even remember ever liking the look of something that's like tight up here and then loose down here when it's like this cardigan shrug jacket sort of situation. I don't really vibe with that. That's a personal taste thing though. And then she does have sequins all over her skirt, and then these little high heels with bows on them. And it's just, I don't know. Altogether, it's not my favorite look. I think we'll say that to just be nice about it. Once again, with the makeup, I'm just like showing you the pictures so y'all can see them, but I really don't have any commentary because the makeup is very, very similar for all the dolls. Honestly, overall, there's a lot of similar threads running through all four of these, which can definitely be a good thing. Like Bratz has executed that successfully in the past. I immediately think of the Scorchin lineup that you probably can't see, but that's on my shelf over here. Those dolls all have very, very similar outfits. They all have the same haircut. But there was just something about them that made them feel more interesting to me. They definitely had different makeup, so maybe that helped. I don't know. These are just not appealing to me on a personal level, but that's Jade's face. And then as far as her charm, she gets a little like pinkish purple metallic lipstick that is like open so you can like see where the lipstick would be with a little bow on it. And that brings us to Sasha, the last from this lineup. She is probably my least favorite just because I really, really hate this jacket situation that she's got going on. I don't know what it is. Like really and truly, I have no idea what's going on, but I do not like it. Like, I don't know, the fur, the little bow, it's just not working for me personally. If you love it, that is absolutely fabulous. I'm super happy for you, but I'm not here. Once again, we've got the barrettes and the earrings. I do like her earrings the most. They're just a little chunkier, and I really, really vibe with that one. The little shorts, those are cute, and the boots are sort of basic. They're just like silver unpainted, but I do like the sculpt of them. So sort of similar to Yasmin. Like I like the bottom half. I just I just wish there was something else going on top. I will say that it feels like Sasha's face is more unique than the other ones. She just seems to have a little bit more detail going on with her eye makeup. Like she's got some blue towards her inner corner. It feels like she's got like a more intense contrasty shade going up to her eyebrow. I really like that for her. Even like the lashes, like they feel a little thicker, a little heavier. She's got the lip liner going on. I like her face a lot more. Not enough to want to buy the doll because I really am not vibing with that top. And the pieces that I do like, it's like I like them, but I don't like them enough to spend money on them. You know what I'm saying? Like if the whole package was good, absolutely, but I'm just not here for it. But I do want to commend her because I think that she definitely has the prettiest face out of the bunch. And then for her charm, I actually think she also has my favorite charm because it's like an old school cell phone in this light, light purple. Like it's almost silver, but it's a very light purple metallic. I think that's cute. That one definitely feels just like nostalgic and fun to me. So I'm really vibing with that. So Sasha's almost a hit, but just not quite there. But that brings us to the second line that we're going to be looking at for today's video, which is the Pop Stars line, which I am certainly more excited about. I definitely have just a lot more to say in general and also like a lot more positive things to say. So I still have some negatives, but we are looking up here. The Popstar dolls are a little bit more expensive than the Charmz dolls. They are $26.99 in the US. Also, both of these dolls are like starting to pop up, I believe. I know there are, last time I checked, as a time of filming, I think that a couple of the Charmz dolls have started popping in stock on Amazon, and the Popstars dolls have listings, but they're not in stock yet. So they're rapidly approaching. But yeah, $26.99 US, so a little bit more expensive than the Charmz dolls, but I think you can definitely see where the price went into them, and it's not a price that I like am thrilled about because I just think everything is too expensive in this current economy in general, but also like specifically doll economy. But for the current doll economy, for like what we have to work with, I like to see that we're getting a little bit more for those few extra dollars at least. So let's go ahead and start off with Chloe. I love Chloe. I love how she looks in this picture. You can sort of see all of her stuff around her. We're going to take a look at like other pictures that show it up a little bit closer, but this was just to me the best shot of just her outfit. She looks so sick to me. I've seen a lot of people comparing her to Avril Lavigne, and I 100% see it, and I'm really here for it, which is funny because like, I don't dislike Avril Lavigne, like, I heard a few of her songs back in the heyday. God, I sound old. And, like, I enjoyed them. I was never, like, a diehard fan, but I know enough to, like, enjoy it and enjoy the aesthetic and everything, and I'm really, really here for it. This picture here, you can see her, like, playing her guitar and everything. I do think it's interesting. They all have some form of guitar for this lineup, and it is like the pop stars line. Am I out of touch and crazy? Because, like, I know a lot of pop stars can play instruments, and guitar is, like, a very common instrument to be able to play. But, like, when I think of pop star, I really honestly just think of singing. Like, I really don't think of instrument playing. So it's interesting to me that they all come with specifically guitars, because that gives more like rock star in my head than pop star. But maybe I'm just like out of touch and weird. That's besides the point. I do like her guitar. The red specifically for Chloe is making me think of Rock Angels. I think it's pretty natural to make that comparison. That's not a bad thing. I just like think it's sort of cute. The jacket that she's got going on with these stitches in there to like give it some sort of texture, I really like that. Going back to the first picture so you can sort of see her outfit a little bit better. I love the plaid that they used for her for the top and like the top layer of the skirt. But then the skirt also has like this ripped fishnet and this pink layer. I love it. And then the chunky boots with the buckles and everything. Like, she's just so cool. Like, I really, really want to get this doll. I think she is so, so fun. And then when we zoom into her face, y'all, I love her. I love her so much. The red lip is very striking. I feel like I'm like looking at my Chloe dolls. I don't have that many of them, but I feel like it's rarer for Chloe to have a red lip, and especially one this vibrant. It's not necessarily her like norm. You know, the way that Jade usually gets a red lip. This is not like Chloe's default territory, and so it feels really cool for her. The eyes are done very like narrow, and there's like a really elongated lash there, which I'm just so obsessed with. And the red eyeshadow and like the piercing blue for her eyes, this is a really striking face, really gorgeous, and I'm obsessed with the hair blend, the two pigtails with like the little streaks of black and red going through. Like, she's just so fun and so cool, and I do in fact need her immediately. Looking a little bit closer at her accessories here, you can see the guitar she comes with. They also do have a little like mouthpiece, so like a little mouth microphone, a Bratz comb. It shows the earrings in the accessories picture. I don't really know why, but whatever, that's fine. The two interesting things though is up in the corner, you can see she comes with a little vinyl and like a case for the vinyl. That is a sick ass doll accessory. That is so fun and so just like different and interesting. I love that. I think that is such a cool thing. It's fun because you get like the art of the vinyl, and it's like it's an interactive piece that feels like a part of the doll's world, but it also is a very, very tiny way to display some of the art. I just think that was really fun and creative. Like, I think that's a really cool accessory to add in to a music themed doll that, like, it's not the first time we've seen something like this, but I do think that it's a little bit less common. And so it's really, really fun. And then the other thing is that she comes with a charm. So these come with charms that you can add on to either your own charm bracelet, or what they're marketing for sure is if you buy one of the Charmz dolls, you can add on the pop star charm to that bracelet. And like, definitely it's a marketing thing because it's like a way to get you to buy multiple dolls from the brand. But it's really, really sick. Like, I can't even lie. It's not working because I still don't want any of the Charmz dolls. But the fact that she comes with a charm, I'm like, I have to put that on my display, or I need to just get a blank charm bracelet so that I can display it on my wrist. I think that's so fun and so cool. And I'm extremely interested to see if that's something that they continue doing with their releases for the next year. If like that's going to be their thing. Like, hey, we put the Charm dolls out at the very end of 2025, beginning of 2026. So once you get that, all the next dolls that you buy are going to have charms. Low key, I hope that's true because I think that'd be really, really fun to keep getting to collect different Bratz charms. I don't know. I'm vibing though. So Chloe's is a Bratz B, but then it has like this little what is this called? Horseshoe, like a horseshoe piercing going through the second hole of the B hanging down to just make it like a little bit more edgy to fit in with the line. And basically I just love it. I think this is really, really super fun. So off to an excellent start for the Pop Stars dolls. Then next up is going to be Miss Yasmin, who I also think is an absolute stunner. Except for one thing, and y'all are gonna hate me. You're gonna be like, Rain, You're so stupid and picky. I know that, okay? I don't necessarily love being this way. I don't choose to be this way. My brain is just like, hey, you don't like this one thing. It's ruined it. I'm sorry. Like, I know it can be frustrating to watch. It's much more frustrating to live. Let's focus on the positive things. Going head to toe here, we will take a closer look at her face and her hair, but I do think that they're reasonably good. I do wish that she had a more interesting hairstyle. Not that like the high pony always looks nice, but it's also just like I want something more, especially after seeing Chloe with like the pigtails and everything. But the outfit, oh my god. So she has a metallic pink jacket with like this crazy ruffle going on down the sleeve, and it's so pretty. Like, I'm just so drawn in. The particular color of the pink is so excellent for her, and the metallic is really great. It looks like it's just a plain shirt underneath and then a matching pink pleated skirt. And the belt on the skirt looks like it's the same material as her jacket. So it all just feels very cohesive, and it just scratches my brain in the best way. I think it's so cute, so pretty. She has a pink guitar, even with like the gold strings and everything. And the part that ruins it for me is the shoes. Because, like, I don't even mind the sculpt of them. They're a very basic boot, but the black detail is just like, I know I'm being dramatic, but it's so jarring to me because everything else is so light and airy and pastel princess. Like, again, to the point where the guitar doesn't have any black on it. Like, the strings aren't black, they aren't even silver. Like, they're very intentionally gold to go with like this soft metallic pink. And the black on the shoes just like it just bothers me so bad. That being said, I know that's a very small thing to be complaining about when it comes to this doll. I don't know if I'll end up paying full price for her, but I do definitely want to get her at the very least on a sale and just give her different boots or like repaint the black. Because everything else about her I think is so cute that like they irritate me and I have to point that out. But I don't want to like not get to own her because of that. Because for me, it's a very fixable thing. Like, I'm very used to fixing up my dolls and like painting stuff and, altering them. So it's not a big deal to me if I need to paint the shoes or again, if I just want to swap them out. So it's something where it's like, I don't know if I want to pay $27 to have to swap out the shoes, but I do want to get to have her in the collection because she's just a little cutie. And then looking at the face again, it's like less dramatic than Chloe's for sure, but I do think it looks really, really good for her. I don't know what magic they're doing with her lips. I don't know what's going on there. They look so good. Like, there's a very thin lip liner. They like aren't fully glossed, but they look sort of glossy. Like, there's a slight hint of that effect on there. It looks like almost a very, very subtle ombre. I don't know. Her lips look incredible. The eyes, again, less dramatic. Hi, baby. Little Miss Reese had to join the conversation. Hello, do you like Yasmin? Is she your favorite? Is that why you came along to say hi? Hi, baby. Oh, my little princess. Anyway, sorry, back to Yasmin. But yeah, I like how the eyes are done. I like how the brows are done. And I will say, for as simple as the hairstyle is, I really do like the particular brown they chose and the way that it works with those teeny tiny little streaks of pink. I think those colors just look so harmonious and so gorgeous together. So again, like I sort of wish the style was more exciting, but I can't fault them for the coloration. Like, that is really solid. Looking at Yasmin's accessories again, we have the vinyl and then like the little sleeve for it, but of course it has Yasmin's art on it, so that's cute too that they're all different. Like, it would have been cute for them to get to have all the same ones, so it's like, oh, they're in a band together or something, but I do like that it's something a little bit different. It's not like you're getting the same accessory over and over and over again. And then her charm that she comes with for the bracelet is a little pair of pink headphones. Reese, you are so cute. She's purring. Can you hear her? I'm in love with my cat, even if she does get fur all over my clothes. You're so gorgeous. Anyway, moving on to Sasha now, if I can stop getting distracted by my cute little princess here. Remember when I said to keep that Charmz Jade outfit in your mind? This is the same outfit, like almost to a T, but I will say Sasha definitely wears it better. I'm trying to keep my mic in the right spot, little princess. Something about like the way that it's executed, I just think is much more interesting for Sasha. I think the purple helps, which is crazy because again, I love silver. Like I like seeing silver stuff, but something about this one, I just think the sweetness of the cut with the bow and everything is still not my favorite, but I think that the purple works a little bit better for me, like with that cut than the silver did. And she does have one notable difference, which is the fact that she has like a little heart cut out on, I believe, both sides of the sequin skirt. A lot of people are saying it's very Sabrina Carpenter. I absolutely see it. I think that's just a little bit more fun. Like, I'm still not sold on the outfit, but I do think it adds a little something, something that definitely makes this a more unique piece and like makes it a little bit more just interesting to me. She has her purple tar to match and the purple shoes that, again, they're the same sculpt that Jade is getting in the Charmz line, but they are purple. I'm not obsessed with them. I wish I liked this outfit better, but I'm just like, I'm not there. But I will say, I definitely think Sasha wears it better. The reason I wish I liked it though is because this base doll is so ungodly pretty that it's like not even funny. She's so stunning. Like the purple eyeshadow contrasting with the green eyes. Bratz like changes the eye color for their dolls pretty frequently. Like a character does not necessarily have one set eye color. So Sasha doesn't always get green eyes, but I think the green and the purple are just such a good contrast that in this case, I think the green looks really, really wonderful for her. Again, the lips are excellent, but what's getting me is she again has like a better hairstyle. Like it's just more exciting than Yasmin's. She's got like two little buns going on here. The purple streaks. And again, the exact right shade of brown. Like if they had used the shade of brown that they used for Yasmin's doll on Sasha, I don't think this would have worked as well. But this particular brown is the brown that Sasha needed for this outfit and for the purple to go in. She looks so good. Like she's just such a pretty doll. So I'm gonna have to end up getting her either secondhand nude, like so I can just have the base doll, or I'm gonna have to get her on a super sale because I'm not gonna pay full price because I can't make myself like the outfit. Try as I might. But I love this base doll. She is so just stupidly pretty. And then for the accessories and stuff that she comes with, oh, I thought I was crazy for a second. As of the time of filming, we don't have like a just accessories shot, so it's a little bit harder to see, but you can still see, in this picture how they're all surrounding her. Her guitar is a different shape. I don't know if that means that like they're trying to indicate that this is a bass guitar, because like a regular guitar can be shaped like this too. I'm not a guitar expert, okay? I was in orchestra. I did like cello and a little bit of violin. I don't know these instruments as well, but I like her guitar. I think that it matches her very, very well. Again, we have the different vinyl with like the different art and everything that I think is really cute. I will say if you zoom way in, because again, it's not like the best picture for doing this. The art on the vinyl makes it look like her hair is more of a like much more tighter curled texture, whereas the doll definitely has like looser curls. I would have liked to have seen the tighter curls for Sasha. I think that would have been really cool, but at least we get them in a little piece of art, I suppose. And then her charm is just like the Bratz lips, but it is in the purple. And I think there's like, I can't tell if that's like a little piercing. I think it might be that like they're trying to show that the lips are pierced. Again, it's not like the best image, so I'm zooming in real hard to try to see this stuff, but just generally, I don't know why I'm such a sucker for the charms. I just do think they're absolutely precious. And that brings us to Jade, who unfortunately and most unusually is my least favorite from the lineup. I'm like always a Jade fan. I feel like I very normally like her dolls. And this is just not working for me like at all. I just don't understand what aesthetic we're going for. It feels like there's so many different things happening here. She has like these two bows in her hair that definitely look very cutesy, very like cutie patootie, which is fine. Like, the Bratz girls all have sort of their signature style, but they also definitely dabble. Like, they're not like fully glued to one style. They'll integrate different elements. Like, I mean, Yasmin, I feel like typically has a little bit of a sweeter style, but she can be a little edgy. And so, like, it's not that I hate the idea of Jade being in any sort of sweet style. I just don't like how it matches with everything else. She has this cool jacket that's like this metallic blue with a little bit of fringe going on there. I don't mind the skirt. It does look a little bit sporty, but I also think that the asymmetrical cut is sort of fun. If you zoom in, though, I think her shirt says Bratz Rodeo. So, like, I can sort of see where they're going with that, with like the fringe on the shirt. And then she also has these cowboy boots. But then I'm like, I don't really see where that matches in with the hair bows. Like, I don't know. Everything feels just like a little bit mismatched to me. I also violently hate that there's nothing on this doll that is gold except for the soles of her cowboy boots. Like, I hate how that looks. She has silver, like, for her mic. Her guitar has silver accents. It even looks like there's, oh no, that's her guitar strap. But like the blue is cool too. I don't know. I hate the way that the gold looks on the shoes. I just think it's so odd, and like it really stands out visually in a way that I don't love. And then to look at her face more close up too, I like the face for Jade. Like, I think she looks cute, but just not with this outfit. I think this super, super pale lip could work for her for a different doll, but it just doesn't make sense with this like semi rocker style. I have no idea what's going on with her. I just feel like stylistically, she's very hard to read. All of the other dolls, even if I don't like pieces of them, or in like Sasha's case, I don't even really like the whole outfit all put together, but at least I'm like, that makes sense. It feels cohesive, it feels like an outfit. Jade is all over the place. I like the blue in her hair. I think the eyes are good. I just don't know what is happening here. I don't know what's going on with her in general. Yeah, that that about sums up Jade for me. Looking at her accessories, again, the different vinyl and everything, and then her charm is just a star, which like is very quintessentially Bratz, but it also just feels a little bit like, I don't know, we could have done something else. Jade just feels, I think the rest of these dolls from this line feel, again, very cohesive, very much like the designers knew what they wanted these dolls to look like. Like, okay, Chloe is going to look a little bit edgier. She's going to be like a little bit more of that, like, punky, grungy, like the plaid and everything. And then we're gonna have Yasmin, who's gonna have like some edgier pieces, like inherently a metallic jacket, I think feels a little bit edgy. But we're gonna soften it up with the ruffles, and it's all gonna be in pink, and she's pink head to toe, and like she works together. And then Sasha also has some sweetness going on, but then like there's a little bit of spice with the cutout, with the like at her hip and everything. I feel like they look how they should look. And then I feel like Jade just sort of has like reheated bits and bobs from each of the other dolls. I don't know. Not in the sense that like she literally has the same pieces, but she just feels like she doesn't know what style she's going for. Like, I can't tell if she's supposed to be super sweet and super cutesy, or if this is supposed to be vaguely Western, or if it's supposed to be edgy, or even if it's supposed to be like a little bit sporty streetswear. Like, I literally have no idea what is happening with her. So unfortunately, she's a miss for me, which does suck because again, I typically really love Jade, but just not this time. So, generally speaking, like, I know I had a lot of negative things to say, but if you guys have been here before, you know I'm just a hella picky person. And, like, again, it's aggravating sometimes, but also it means that I get to save money because I'm not buying every single doll. So, like, I try to take that as a positive. If you love all these dolls, that's fabulous. Those are sort of just my thoughts on them. It definitely doesn't feel like doom and gloom, you know, like this is just, these are some Bratz releases that have like some hits, some misses for me, but it is really, really exciting to see like what Bratz is planning on sort of kicking off the new year with. And I'm certainly very excited about at least, I'm going to say at least two, because that Yasmin is really like growing on me from the Pop Stars line. So there's at least a couple that I'm super eagerly awaiting, but those are all my opinions on the new and upcoming Bratz dolls. So that's finally it. Finally done talking. Now it is your turn. I definitely want to know, what line do you think is better, the Charmz versus the Pop Stars? Do you like the whole Charmz gimmick and the fact that it seems to be like carrying over into other lines? Who's your favorite? All of that stuff. I need to know what we are thinking. So please shout out down below. But that's going to be it for me for today, guys. I do hope you're able to enjoy. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night, or whatever it might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.